so I got some artwork for the Gamer Pro from Tyler over at Arcade Graphics. I'm going to go ahead and throw up a link in the description to his website. He did my JP. I designed the artwork, and I designed the artwork on this one as well, but he printed it off. So that there, and he actually installed this for me. Really cool guy. He lives local, so was able to take it over there, and he was awesome to install it. He did send me this though, and it's a panel that I made for the Legends Gamer Pro. And honestly, this is going to be all new to me. I've been inside the Legends Gamer Pro a couple times, but never installed artwork before, let alone on this type of device or the other way around. But anyway, this is the artwork. It was something I came up with off a bunch of internet images, just like I always do for Legends or for Marvel vs. Capcom. And I'll try and show it here. It turned out pretty well, in my opinion. So there's the side there, and we'll obviously get better as once it's installed and completely flattened out. But yeah, that's it there. And so we're going to go ahead and install this, and I'm going to kind of walk through the process again. This is all new to me, so I'm not sure how it's going to go, but I figured I'll take you along on the journey, and you can watch, and then maybe I'll do like an intro kind of saying which places to go to if you're wanting to watch this just for actually installing it yourself. But anyway, so here we go. So the first thing we have to do is actually get access to this right here to be able to install, because we're going to have to take off basically all the hardware here. So take off the buttons. I think we're even going to need to get this thing off here, the joysticks, all that's going to need to come off. So this is going to be a fun little project. The other thing is I mounted this here, so I'm going to see how much. I'm not sure whether this piece of glass comes off. There's a piece of glass right on top here, so if that comes off, then I can just keep that attached to I go happy with the Gorilla mounting tape, so I use that here, and I really don't want to take it off if I don't have to, but we'll see how it goes. And who knows, maybe once I got the artwork in there, I'll want to figure out a different way to mount it, a different place to mount it anyway. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove this from the keyboard stand that I have here. We'll do it carefully. I just have it attached with these cool little clamps I got from Amazon. I think they were like $6 for a pair of two. Add those right there. Okay. And then I only have one on at this point, so we're going to slide it out here. Come on. And there we go. Like that's attached to everything. Oh, man. All right, so let's kind of tip it down here a little bit so you can see it. All right, so like I said, I got that mounted there. It would have helped. Oh, I do have a screwdriver. Go me. Actually was prepared. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to try and see what happens when we take off this glass here. Or try and take off this glass here. And I'm losing screws. The screws right there. This screw. Yep, I can actually access it, so I'm just going to uncord everything here that way. I got my drives. There. That gives me a little bit cleaner of a surface to work with, and I can get to the screw over here. Interestingly, I didn't realize they were, I've seen people talk about it, but I never realized that there are. Just so we don't miss it, the back look like they're maybe M5s, M6s. I don't even know if they're M. But, and then, much smaller screws for the front. I think that might be so you can mount it in the ALU 1.1. Not 100% sure. So, all right, we got those screws off. So here is the moment of truth to see if you can get any spatula here. Oh no, wow, dude, wow. Okay, it does. It lifts right up off. The only thing I don't know is it looks like that's the image for the gamer. So if we do this, we're gonna completely lose that. So we'll have to make that decision whether we want to keep this surface here, which I think we're gonna want to, and just have to overlay it. But again, or not again, we'll get in there and we'll see what's going on. So the next thing I'm gonna do is on the bottom here, we need to get access to the bottom of the cab because again, we have to take off all these buttons and the joysticks and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of peel these back. I'll be honest, once you do it once, they don't go back on the best, but there's little rubber pads here. And so if you want to get inside the Gamer Pro, what you got to do is remove all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those tabs. And so we'll just go through here. There's 2. I could pause the video. I'll do that. All right, so I have all of them removed here, and the next thing we're going to do is down inside of these. Well, let me remove this cable to my core. All right, so down inside of each one of those. Oh, can I get in the hole there? Yeah, you can't see it, but there is screws in there. So they're deep down. Got to take out all 8 of those. And they can be extremely fun. There's 1. 2. Actually, this is going pretty good. Now, every now and then there's 1 that kind of is a little bit tougher to get to. There we go. Oh, did I not get it? We'll wait. I'll save that one for a little bit later. Come on. Okay, so now we have all 8 screws off here. And then you just kind of, come on, let me get a little bit further down here. There we go. You can't see my beautiful face, but that's all right. So we're going to just kind of lift up here a little bit. And kind of, you'll see it. I'm trying to slide it off here. You got to make sure it slides up that thing. And there you go. And then you can't just take it off because there is wiring there for the pinball button. So you'll need to disconnect your pinball buttons. If you don't have pinball, oh, there's that screw that I couldn't get out. But evidently I got it out enough that it didn't lift it. But I'll find it. And you just undo your pinball buttons here on the side. If you don't have them, then you don't have to worry about it. But I think most of the Gamer Pros come with pinball. Actually, I don't even think they've ever made them without the pinball buttons. So you probably have the pinball buttons. All right, and then once you take the pinball buttons off, you can remove this. Now this is where it gets fun. Wow, I was not expecting this. The joysticks I knew. Man, but you're really gonna have to keep track of your buttons here. So what I would recommend for your buttons is go through here and kind of label each one because you're gonna get lost without doing it. You know, the joystick's easy enough, but yeah, those buttons are going to be crazy. Yeah, I'm going to go label these and be right back. All right, so I chose to get down on the floor on this one. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer here so you can kind of see. This will be my little surface to work on. I don't know how clear that's going to get, but That's what I got. So anyway, I went through and I kind of labeled each one of these buttons. I just went Z, 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 Y, X, D, C, B, A. You could label them exactly what they were, but as long as you have some sort of code where you know what button goes to what. By the way, I said label the buttons, but as I was like, oh, they're all black, and really what you're removing that's connected to the wiring is the micro switch itself. So I went through and actually labeled the micro switches off the buttons. I'm going to take off just one of them here to show you. I'm not going to make you look through all, but basically to take off a micro switch, you'll see there's kind of a little, I'm not going to be able to get much better than that, but you'll see right there that there's an area there. You just kind of pull this out, pull it up, and the micro switch comes off. Same here, pull out, and make sure your labels don't come off. Because I had to kind of put them on there, a little loose because I knew I needed to take the micro switches off, but then afterwards you'll want to secure them until you're able to put it back on. That way you don't lose your labels. So that's what I'm doing here. So I'll come back after I'm done with the labeling. I did want to take a second to explain the micro switches here, because it was really hard to do in my video. So here is, the actual micro switch. Look a little bit different, but like this is like red on the ones on the Gamer Pro right there. And so what you're going to do is, you want this switch to go right here on the long slide. So your long sides, and I call this the long side because that's longer right there. So you just kind of put your first notch. Oh, come on. Did I get a bad one here? I got a switch that's not fitting in there really well. But it'll fit in there on yours. So like get it like that and then kind of bring it down and then put it in that side. And then you'll see you have your switch and you can see it kind of switching the switch there. So again, just real quick, right here, put it on the small side there. It should fit all the way on, and then kind of slide it down, pull that out, and let it snap on there. All the buttons are off, and the next thing I guess we're going to have to do is the joysticks, which are here and here, if you didn't already know that. So grab my screwdriver. Those should be pretty easy. You know what though? We are going to need I think I'm going to need a flat head to do this. So I need to make sure we remember these screws are for the joysticks. Hopefully we don't have too many screws that we have to remove. I'm guessing we're going to have to remove the trackball, and I don't know if we'll be able to get it now. I don't think we're going to be able to get away with that panel down there for the Bluetooth either, but I think that would be it. It looks like there's no, oh yeah, it's power button there too. So. Okay, so we got the screws out, but the joystick ain't gonna lift out until we pull up here, but it ain't gonna lift out until we get that ball off. So let's kind of gently, so we don't cut, and I believe you just hold there, yeah, and screw that off. Whoa. Well, there, that should be fun. Come on. I'll let that go through there. So, moral of the story, take your ball off first. All right. Actually, I'm an idiot. You don't even need to unscrew these things. So, yeah, we'll just take that out of the video. All you really need to do is take off the ball. That was a dumb move. So, that's one less thing. Oh, figures that one. Okay, there we go. Oh, my word. All right, yeah. That was an idiot move. So, we'll go ahead back here and undo what I did there. But yeah, we're going to take off the trackpad here. Or, the trackball. And the too plain. Amazingly, this thing still has power. All right, so let me get those screws back. I mean, I did tell y'all I'd never done this before, so maybe I actually have taken off the joystick, so that I should have known. But whatever. Then we pause the video, but I only got one left here, so. But yeah, for some reason I wasn't quite, I mean, I knew all this stuff had to come off, but I wasn't really thinking the chore. All right, so I have never taken the trackball off before, so this is my first time. And hopefully this is all in the enclosure. I'm guessing it should be. We'll find out. Oh, give me a screw. Okay, more here. And I'm gonna adjust for y'all, kind of, if I can bring this down some, that way. That way you can see kind of more what's going on here. There, how's that looking? There. Now you get a little bit better view here. Now we want to go back further. Alright, yeah. Okay, so we got all of them. The trackball didn't fall off. Please just. There's a screw I'm missing here. No. Let's look on the top here. Looks like you just got this ring. Obviously something's holding that ring in. I bet you. Is that a screw down? That screw down in there. I don't know. I may need to get a different screwdriver for that one. We'll see if we got one. Got a small one here. We'll see if this. I don't know what these. Yeah, definitely screw down in there, but it looks like it should be for that ring, but. All right, that one's out. Very tiny screw. Careful with that one. That's one of those ones you lose it, you ain't finding it. Okay, well I definitely am getting some play on the back now, so I'm guessing that's what we wanted to remove. It's not falling. Oh, yeah, that was stupid. So next time, make sure you hold your ball. Oh well. Kind of knew that was gonna happen. I should. Whatever. There we go. We got that out. So now the only thing we have left is this nice little this panel right here, which is that? Am I gonna have to remove this board just to get access? Oh no. I'm guessing that was one. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll remove this one right here. Oh, no, it looks like that. Is that all that's holding it down? Or is there another one? Oh, that's holding the board there. But I'm going to try and clip this to see if it doesn't give me access to the yeah, it looks like the other screw is stop. Looks like that one's not going to be fun at all. I think we're actually going to have to unmount this board. Put this back in so I don't lose it. Maybe. There. Okay. That's okay, so this was the screw for. We'll just keep it together. Yeah, that's kind of. I mean, I get they're not really thinking about us taking them off, but I'm still annoyed. All right, I think we got. I think that was it. I should take the board off, and then the screw that we need to get to should be right there. Slide down there. That button's soldered on, so we're probably going to have to try and maneuver the artwork over this because I don't want to disconnect that button one bit. Alright, so there's those screws. These, oh my word, these are terrible. Terrible, terrible little screws. Okay, so we got those there. Okay, so just gonna pull this over so you can see more of it here. So got that board off, and like I said, this is kind of hanging down here, but I don't want to take it off because yeah, it's soldered on, and don't want to mess with that. So, oh, maybe good news? No, not good news. All right, so what we're gonna do is gently flip this over because we have everything off that we need. And try and kind of nestle it down on here so that it maybe fits in as normal. So we have a nice surface to work with. Go. I was catching stuff around it. It's also a very weird angle to do that. There we go. Come on. There we go. Charcoal doesn't like that. Alright, now she's flat. Alright, so bad news is we're going to have to take this off. The good news is it should be fairly. Oh God. Why can't this come off? That would be so cool. This back stuff came off. Let me just Yeah, no, we ain't messing with that. So we're just gonna kind of install it on top. But this gorilla mounting camera is no joke. Oh man. Let's see. Fortunately, this is a step you won't have to take. Man, I think it's only a little strip too. I should have definitely taken this off. Nah, I can feel it. Finally peeling there. I just got to break the plexi. Oh, thank goodness. That's all that was on there was that little strip. Whew. Oh my goodness. I'm just hoping we're gonna be able to get through that piece there. I think we should be able to. You know, you'll want to clean the surface off where you apply. I actually get some microcloths to do that to make sure everything's good. Of course. Sorry, I thought my cloths were closer. So, yeah, just kind of make sure you get all the dust off. You don't want any specks underneath there, but I have a feeling it's going to be pretty forgiving. So yeah, okay. So let's get this artwork down. And this is the first time that I've ever put on my own artwork. Because like I said, Tyler was cool enough to put on the pinball artwork for me because I was a little bit petrified. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to peel the whole thing off yet. I'm going to kind of take a little piece here and kind of line it up. Fast as I can. Okay, so I can already tell on this we'll pull it out just a little bit here. So far, it's looking pretty good. And actually, I'm not off on the, no, I'm actually dead on the. So cool. You know what? Do you not have to take, you don't take those off of it. Cool, so yeah, so far, doing pretty good, staying straight on. Man, this actually is not that difficult. Keeping it flat. Oh man, this is, oh no, got a bubble there. I spoke too soon. It's right there. Why do we get that bubble? on the top or the bottom? I don't know. I think we worked it. Yeah, we worked it out there. It does look like. And this stuff actually seems like it might be pretty forgiving, so we're just gonna kind of, yeah, that's coming back pretty nice there. So I think at some point around here, I started. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. I started going down a little bit. Okay, so we got about half of her on here. Go over the trackball. Still pretty perfect on all the sides, so that's good. Let's see my mappings. Okay, so now we're into this part here where we need to kind of feed this up through here. Oh yeah, easy peasy. Stop, no idea what you're catching yet. Now see, I will say I do have a little bit of a lip on this other side. Not too much though. Just maybe. Not enough that we won't be able to get the buttons and stuff on there, and it won't be really. Oh no, you know what? There's a little bit on all sides, so you can kind of just. That should be fine. All right. For all I know, this was actually meant to stick on. Because it looked, you know what? I think that may be on me. I think this was meant to actually stick on the surface and not necessarily on the glass. But still, seemed to apply pretty good. So now what we got to do is we just got to kind of get it all back on here. So I'm going to start putting some stuff back. I'll, stop at pivotal points to show you what I've done. But I'm going to do some pausing here. Okay, so we're at a point here where we have all the buttons kind of on. They're a little bit loose here just because we want to be able to finalize, the way they're positioned. But they're all hanging here, or they're all here. I got this power button back on. I didn't put the trackball back on because I figured that would be a good one to kind of show how to do. We'll figure it out together. But I wanted to go through with the micro switches. And if you didn't notice when they were, when I took it apart, they were all kind of cool, like lined up, kind of going, in here. So we're going to kind of try and keep that as best as possible. So we're going to go from left to right here, which means we want, this is left, right, yeah. We want, shoot, what would this be? This would be A. So we want to find A first. Where are you, A? I think you're somewhere here. All right, so there's A. And we'll take our tape off because we know we're putting A in here. And to put it back on, you just want to make sure you have your circle lined up with this big one here, or with the one that's tall here. And then, I lied. You want to actually make sure you have you're gonna want to put the circle into the little side first. So just kind of get that, and then the circle on the other side here, you just kind of pull out, get in there. I wish I could give you a better view. And it helps if you don't have your micro switch upside down. So yeah, your red portion is gonna go down. Again, you want it this way so you can put the circle, the smaller circle, or the circle on the lower side first. Then you kind of switch down, pull this out, and there. So hopefully y'all can kind of see. This is fun trying to get the angle here. Whatever. So yeah, put it on this lower side right here first, and then up on this side. So yeah, I promise never to do that again because that was not fun. And then we'll go through and we'll find B, that was D, that's C, so this is probably not B, Z, there's B. So we'll take B off and kind of do the same thing. We know we want it's going to be positioned like this. Then we'll do the small side first. And these are going to be a lot of fun to try and get in, depending on how tight a space you're working on. But there we go. And there we got another one in here. And then once you have that nice angle, you can go ahead and tighten up your buttons so that it's not going to move around too much. All right, well, I'm going to go through and do the rest of these, and then we'll come back for the trackball. Okay, so got the all the buttons done here. Like I said, I put this back on over here for the on button, and you know the only thing we have left to do here is put on the trackball, and so not exactly sure the best way to go about this, but we're going to go ahead and try putting on the casing first. We'll just do one in the one corner and one in the other corner. That way, if we have to undo it for whatever reason, where it is. And I did want to, before I go too much further, maybe I'll add it to the beginning of the video, a way to just show you how to work with these micro switches. That way you can actually see. Get in there. I think it depends on whether this thing works when I put it back together. Alright, so that's that. Okay, and these kind of just go up. Guessing in there, so I need to have these little screws ready to go because we're gonna have to kind of hold it up in there. So wow, this is gonna be fun. So alright, so we're gonna first we'll kind of turn it over here and put it down in. So drop the ball in. And oh, that's not going in very well. All right, let's switch around here. You don't want to, oh, wait. That almost seemed like it was going in pretty well, but still nothing. Okay, so clearly it doesn't matter which way you put it in. There's just something up with this one side here. Can't get it down in there. I don't know if it's something on this side or what. Nah, that I can tell. Okay. You know what? I think there might be a screw in there that we don't have access to on the other side. Ah, yes, it does, I think, matter. Because I have a broken one over here. So for you, there may have been 3 screws. There we go. Mine's now finally snapping down in there. I don't know if I like that. Yeah, this end broke here. So we'll just snip that off because 2 of them in there should be fine. But yeah, there might have been 3 screws to remove. Yep, now it's fitting down in there really good. So let's look, because I didn't see, no, there's not a 3rd hole there. You know what? Never mind, it's right down in here. I did miss it. Oh well. You live, you learn. So there's a hole here, a hole here, a hole here. And now I gotta find what I did with those screws while I was doing all this. I found one at least, so we can get one in there. Yeah, I should have known that wasn't gonna work. Oh man. Oh, sorry guys. Wait, did that work? There's no way. Oh, I guess it actually was secure. Interesting. I thought it just kind of dropped in there, but no. There's nice and fun. There is the other one. I am very, very lucky. Okay. So, got that in there. Now the next thing we gotta do, just take it here. And we'll make sure we angle that correctly. Just need to get this plate in here correct. So I can go down. And looks good. The other thing we have to do is we completely forgot. Actually, I did it. For some reason, I was thinking I could get that slid in there and still do the pinball buttons, but there's no way that's going to happen. So we'll pull it back out. You kind of have to get it kind of like this. Pinball buttons in there. Let's get a board there. All right. And where's the other one? I'm going to figure this all out here. And of course, one of my micro switches came out. AtGames is the one. All right. So not fun to try and. Come on, give me just a little bit of spacer. Alright, so now we have the pinball buttons in. Now we do that whole aligning thing. Voila! So, we got our artwork installed here. Very cool. I'll kind of like that. And then the next thing we are going to do is do a health check real quick. But before I do that, I am going to put one screw in the bottom. Oh yeah, I put the balls on. I still have to find one of the balls. Um, I'll find that later. And we'll put one screw in here because I don't want to, if anything's not working, I don't want to have to undo all the screws. So we want at least just one, so it's got something to hang on with. We'll grab another one because I don't really like this one. Let's try to go too much at an angle. Alright, so I'm going to move the camera around here. Did it catch? Yeah. No, that one didn't catch either. That's annoying. You don't want to apply too much pressure. You know what? It'd probably be easier to do this on top of the thing. So I'm going to pause it here. Yeah, actually, a lot of this would have been easier if I would have just done it up here on this keyboard stand. But oh well, hindsight's 2020. All right, so we'll see if we can get one in here. Then we'll flip her up. Okay. But it didn't. Definitely inside you can sit here. Add that in there. The script just pulled out or what? All right, so we got it hooked back up. We got some screws in. So now we're just gonna go do a health check just to make sure we didn't screw anything up. So all right, I can tell the Vivo's not working. But it would help you turn it on. So there you go. We got a power button. That's good. It's in Bluetooth mode. Let's undo Bluetooth. Okay, Bluetooth turned off, so that's good. All right, B is not working. The interesting this is plugged into my hub, which is currently not being powered. I'm assuming, yeah, this wasn't plugged in. So that'll be why. Fun stuff, guys. Alright. Promise this is like the last. Please don't work. Okay. Oh, yes. Woo! So we at least know the B button works. Alright, so let's do a health check. Alright, and control panel test. We know the joystick works. Over, up, and up. Over, down. Or up, over, down, up, whatever. X, Y, RB, LB, cool. A, B, RT, LT, sweet! Oh, I screwed up that switch though. I'll take it back off. It works, but it's not clicky enough. Then X. Ooh, screwed that up. X is RB. Let's see. Y is right. Yeah, I screwed up my X and my RB. So I'll have to redo those. LB's right. A, B. I wonder how I did that. RT, LT. So, and then for Y, it's not registering. P1 is registering. Home's not registering for whatever reason. And the P2 button is registering. Let's see. All right, so I have her installed here. All good. Went back and fixed all the things with the buttons, so that was fine. Got that clickiness back. Those are switched around. These, the micro switches, I evidently didn't put them on good enough. So I just had to put those back on. But yeah, it turned out really nice. It didn't take, it took me about an hour and a half to install, so it was tedious, maybe 2 hours, I don't know. But, it wasn't that bad. And the only thing to really, think about is the artwork itself was very forgiving. It was easy to lay down, and when I made mistakes, I was able to pull it up and kind of relay it. Just taking off the hardware is like the hardest part. When laying it down, I think it's a preference thing. I don't know if there's like a right or wrong way. I put it on top of the plexi, but you probably could even not put it on top of the plexi and just get rid of the plexi and put it straight on the board itself. But I like it on the plexi because I feel like that's going to be, if I ever want to remove it and put different artwork on, that's going to be easy enough for me. So anyway, thanks for watching, and have a good day. Take care.